I'm joined at the desk by the boys because we are joined this afternoon by a very special guest, a legend of our sport, probably the happiest dad in the motorsport world right now. Allan Moffat, good afternoon to you, mate. It is great to see you. You did everything in this sport, but I'm tipping yesterday when James got his first win was your proudest motorsport moment, correct?
Yes, it certainly was, mate, and I can't say that strongly or more with more heartfelt vigor, I have to tell you. I was a little worried when he went to the left and 6 laps to go. They were the hardest 6 laps of my life.
I bet they were. Allan, it's Neil, and look, I'd like to get a bit of a data reading on just how wound up you were yesterday afternoon. Could you bear watching it?
Well, I can, Neil, because being away, and one reason I am away is that I don't shake so much. But when James went wide there with 6 laps to go, I can assure you I was more than shaking.
Allan, very, very proud moment, obviously. You were in tears. Your wife told me that, so I do know that for a fact. You've done so much for him. What sort of vigour now in terms of what it does for his career, that momentum, the rhythm that he's got going, just re-signed, gets his first win, unbelievable moment in Australian sport for you?
Well, certainly, and I know how influential this win will be to him. And you've been there, we've all been there, mate, where you get your first win, you say, oh, that's what I have to do.
Exactly.
A lot of people seem to think that we just cruise around and hope for the best. Well, that's not the case. We put our whole heart and soul into trying to get a good result, A, for your sponsor, and B, for yourself. And James is there now, and great.
Allan, what was your advice and what were the words that you spoke to James straight after that victory? He's a pretty cool customer, but he would have been pretty wound up as well.
I was impressed how cool he was, certainly more cool than his father ever was when something that important ever happened. Yes, and you guys are good at laughing, but when we get out of the car, we weren't always laughing, even when we won. But I always took great pride in everybody that made the car safe, made the car fast, and got me to the finish line in the first place. And I'm glad to see that James has picked up on those points, because it's not the driver alone. The energy that goes into getting these cars just to the start line, let alone the finish line, is absolutely horrific. This is no golf game. This is no tennis game. This is real stuff, and it takes real energy from the guys behind the wheel.
Allan, you won at the highest level in the Australian Touring Car Championship 36 times. You know how hard this whole process is. And I know you've got a lot of skin in the game with how much time, effort and money you put into James through the years. I mean, it goes through Formula Ford, through the Utes, through Carrera Cup and a whole lot of other things. But did you always believe that he could also win at the highest level, because you know how tough it is?
I knew he was on the right tram, and in the early years where I hardly had anything to do with the teams he was working for, I knew that if he could fight through that agony, that being Mr. Nobody all the time, that guy that was expected to clean up the floors, clean the toilets, for God's sake, and then maybe if you're a good boy, we'll let you drive our car. He had 5 years, 5 seasons of that, and that's when I knew he was going to get there.
Allan, we've got James wired up through the wonders of technology here at Winton, so he can hear you and we can hear him. James, come on in and have a chat to your dad for us. And your dad's getting quite emotional here. Is that what you expected, mate?
I think he needs to toughen up a bit, actually. But,
stop it!
It's,
remember one thing, James. You're coming to our place for dinner next week, and I might be cutting the roast.
Well, that'll be a first, maybe, Dad. But no, that'll be a good dinner, won't it?
That's excellent. Hey, James, obviously you know how much Dad's advised you over the years in all areas of this game. You know how complex it is, you know how tough it is. Your dad's reaction yesterday, what did you expect? I mean, I know that little mistake near the end, I reckon the only guy in Australia who had the same heart rate was your dad. What did you think?
Yeah, it was... I thought I'd thrown it away there, so yeah, the heart rate went up a few beats, that's for sure. But I didn't get a chance to call Dad until about 9 o'clock by the time everything had settled down. But luckily I got a chance to speak to him, and it was great to have a chat. And yeah, the emotion of it all, I guess, sort of sunk in then, really.
I can't believe you didn't just jump up the Hume Highway today, Alan, and come and join and stand next to James and get stuck into it. Where are you?
After yesterday's act, I'm still shaking from that. You don't think I was going to give myself another jab in the side? Oh, let's get serious. You can only take so many jabs in the arm, you know, Neil.
James, would you prefer your old man here or back at home?
Oh, look, I think it's good for him to be back home. It's a bit cold for him up here at Winton, so we don't want him catching a chill.
Right.
But at least we've got the next one.
Just remember,
next one at Sandown, so I'm sure he'll be out there for that one.
yes, I will be, mate, for sure.
Well, guys, it's been fantastic to catch up with you both. Congratulations to you both. Not only James yesterday doing it on the track, but Alan, for what you've done for Australian motorsport, what you have done for your son and the support that you've given him, and it's coming through in that emotion today. Enjoy the rest of your day, both of you, and let's hope for continued success.
Thanks
for being part of it today.
Cheers, thanks. See you, Dad.
Good luck, fellas.
Thanks,
Bye,
Alan.
Do it again.
There you go. Simple advice. Just do it again. That's all it is.
It's easy.
One of the absolutely true gentlemen of our sport, and it's great to see him so caught up in that moment as well, because it's a terrific moment. Allan Moffat joining us there.